Hi there. Welcome to my Other's Keeper. Today we're going to talk about anxiety. When is anxiety something that's useful and when is something. Hi there. Welcome to my Other's Keeper. Today we're going to talk about anxiety. When is anxiety useful and when does it need to be treated? Is all anxiety bad anxiety? Is there such thing as good anxiety? Well, let's talk about that. So, anxiety is simply your body's way of saying, look out, there's a danger going on. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that you have to be afraid. It means that you need to be careful. So, let's see. If you have a test or a job interview, are you going to have anxiety? I think you would be strange if you didn't. If you have, if you're meeting a new family member, if you're meeting your partner's family for the first time, are you going to have some anxiety? Again, I think you would be strange if you didn't, at least a little. Not a little strange, but a little anxiety. You know what I mean. Anyways, so when is anxiety a disorder? Well, an anxiety disorder happens when the anxiety keeps you from living the rest of your life. So, for example, I have an anxiety disorder. The anxiety disorder shows up as physically like a spark going through my body, right from my head down to my heels. And it is literally my nerves snapping off and on. That's not normal. That affects my life. My doctor has put me on a medication for that, and it doesn't happen anymore. Yay. That's an anxiety disorder. It's not social anxiety. It doesn't mean that I can't go in front of people, but there are times when there are people who are shy. Shy people can still go into groups and talk to a person at a time. Shy people don't feel necessarily like they're going to throw up every time they're around somebody new. But sometimes talking in front of a group is actually one of the biggest talking in front of the group is actually one of the biggest fears most people have. I, on the other hand, have no problem with that, as you can see. I'm a teacher. I am somebody who has no problem talking in front of groups. But there are times when I'm in a social situation and I'm just not comfortable. So I sit and I relax and I might talk to a person or two at a time. Is that an anxiety disorder? Maybe, but it's not affecting my entire life. It's affecting that day. So that's not an anxiety disorder that would need medication. That is something you just need to work around. So, do you always need medication for an anxiety disorder, even? Some people do, some people don't. I have a very good friend who has social anxiety disorder. They work at a store. In this store, they meet dozens and dozens and dozens of people in a day. It doesn't keep them from working. They focus on their job, they focus on their work, they know that they know what they're doing. And that gives them the confidence to be able to say, yeah, even if somebody asks me a question, I'm going to be able to answer it and it's going to be no problem. So, that type of social anxiety for that person doesn't need medication. That needs behavior modification. It needs something that they can do to change their own situation. If they're not comfortable, they know they can educate themselves out of it. If you can't educate yourself out of it, if you can't talk yourself out of it, if somebody can't reassure you out of it, that's when you need to seek some help. So, anxiety disorders are disorders, but anxiety is also normal. I hate that word. It's also a typical thing that it happens in life. So, have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.